One thing our modern upper backs and shoulders do not get enough of is reaching, specifically overhead reaching. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 2 simple exercises you can practice daily, maybe even 2 or 3 times daily, so you can have a happier, healthier upper back and shoulders. Now I'm all excited to jump into these 2 exercises with you today, but first, the boring disclaimer. In this day and age, most of the reaching our modern shoulders do is reaching out in front of us. So we reach to get to the remote, or we reach to get our keys or our water bottle. But what we really need for a happy and healthy upper back and shoulders is overhead reaching, like you might do to pick an apple off of a tree, or you might do to put something up in that really tall cabinet without using a stool. Now, don't get me wrong, I want to make sure we're on the same page here. As we go into practicing these exercises, none of them should ever hurt you. And if they do, I want you to stop immediately and get your shoulder or shoulders checked out by your doctor or physical therapist before you do anything else. All right, assuming that's not a problem, let's jump into the exercises. So this first exercise is more like a stretch. We're going to try to get these tight places under your arms moving again. So for this exercise, you're going to need a chair. And what I want you to do is start behind the chair with both hands on the chair back. And then you're going to walk your feet back a bit until you can get a nice long reach. Now, right now we're reaching out in front of the body, but what I want you to then do is bend your knees and drop your chest down between your arms. You're going to feel a nice long stretch under the arm. Take a couple of breaths, make sure your hips are reaching away from you, and you're not pressing so hard you're going to flip the chair, right? So just stay there for a breath or 2, and then you can stand up and give yourself a little break from that position, and then go right back down into it. Now, ideally, you're not pushing through anything that feels bad. This should all feel good. You're going to go into and out of this stretch about 5 times. Nice and easy, nice and simple. It's kind of like a standing version of a downward dog for any of my yoga enthusiasts out there. All right, now, before I go into my second exercise, I just want to remind you, if you're finding this information helpful, please go ahead and hit that like button and share with friends and family who you think would also benefit from it. All right, let's go on to exercise number 2. So for the second exercise, you may try doing this up against the wall, but you don't have to be up against the wall. I just think it helps for you to be able to feel how straight you're sitting. So I've just got my pelvis pushed up against the wall, and then of course I'm sitting on a couple of cushions, which allows my hip flexors to relax so I can sit cross-legged comfortably. So you might try sitting up on a stool if you're really tight through this, but see if you can sit in a way that allows you to sit up really tall. Now, while you're sitting up tall, I'm not leaning against the wall, hopefully you can see that. You're going to raise your arms into a goalpost position. Now, the goal here is not to get the arms to touch the wall, but to start in goalpost position with your arms aligned with your shoulders. So you want to keep them from rolling forward if you can. You want to feel those collarbones broaden, and then you're staying as tall and straight as you can. Now, you're going to take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to reach your arms straight up in the air, keeping them as well aligned with your shoulders as you possibly can. You should really feel some muscles working in your upper back and shoulder blade area. You hold for a couple of seconds and then you bring them back down the same way. Try to keep those arms aligned with your shoulders. So again, avoid letting the arms drift forward as you do this. So we're going to do that again. You're going to take a breath in. Exhale, reach those arms straight up. Really feel those upper back and shoulder muscles working here without arching your back or thrusting your ribs, right? And then bring them right back down. Now, I want you to repeat this about 5 times. And if you're new to this, you may feel like it's a lot of work at first, but this is really good stuff. It helps to undo all the stuff that's sitting at the computer and at the breakfast table and behind the wheel of the car do to us all day long. Okay, practice those about 5 times, each of them, at least once a day, but if you can get 2 or 3 times a day in, it's even better. That's all I've got for you this week. Until I see you next time, keep moving and be well.